1. What is the purpose of the head method in API testing? Answer. The head method is used to request only the headers of a resource without the actual data. It's useful for obtaining metadata about a resource without the need to download the entire content. For example, if you want to check if a resource has been modified without fetching the entire response, you can use the head method. 2. How do you handle versioning in RESTful APIs, and what are the common strategies for versioning? Answer. API versioning is managed through URL versioning, where the version is included in the endpoint, for example, /v1/resource. Other strategies include header versioning and media type versioning. For instance, a URL versioning example would be /API/v1/resource. 3. Can you explain the concept of HTAWAS in the context of RESTful APIs? Answer. HTAWAS, hypermedia as the engine of application state, is a principle in REST architecture where the API response includes hypermedia links to related resources. It allows clients to navigate the API dynamically by following links rather than relying on static endpoints. An example could be an API response containing links to related resources like /users/123/orders. 4. What is the purpose of the patch method in API testing? Answer. The patch method is used to apply partial modifications to a resource. It's beneficial when you want to update only specific fields of a resource without sending the entire payload. For example, updating only the description field of an article without sending the complete article content. 5. How do you ensure API performance and handle issues related to latency? Answer. API performance can be ensured by conducting load testing, stress testing, and monitoring response times. Latency issues can be addressed by optimizing code, improving server infrastructure, and using caching mechanisms. For instance, using tools like JMeter to simulate heavy loads and measuring the response time under stress. 6. Explain the concept of webhooks and their role in API testing. Answer. Webhooks are user-defined HTTP callbacks that are triggered by specific events. In API testing, webhooks can be used to simulate real-time events and observe how an API reacts to asynchronous events. An example is setting up a webhook to receive notifications when a new user is created and validating the API's response to this event. 7. What are the key considerations for testing APIs that involve file uploads or downloads? Answer. Testing APIs that handle file uploads or downloads involves validating supported file formats, checking size limits, ensuring proper error handling for invalid files, and testing overall performance for large file transfers. For example, testing an image upload API by verifying that it accepts common image formats and rejects files exceeding the size limit. 8. How do you handle time-sensitive data in API testing, such as time-based tokens or expiration dates? Answer. Time-sensitive data can be tested by creating test scenarios with different time conditions, checking token expiration handling, and ensuring that the API responses are correct for various time-related scenarios. For instance, testing a session token's expiration by sending a request before and after its expiration and verifying the expected behavior. 9. Explain the importance of documentation in API testing. Answer. Documentation is crucial for API testing as it provides insights into endpoints, request and response formats, authentication methods, error handling, and usage instructions. It serves as a reference for developers and testers, promoting better collaboration. For example, having clear documentation ensures that testers understand how to structure requests and interpret responses. 10. What are the common challenges in API testing, and how could you address them? Answer. Common challenges include handling dynamic data, maintaining test data, dealing with version changes, and ensuring comprehensive test coverage. Addressing these challenges involves using techniques like parameterization, automated test data generation, version control, and regular test suite reviews. For example, using data-driven testing to cover various input scenarios and keeping test data separate from test scripts to ease maintenance.